Hi, welcome back to this channel. My name is Sierra Smith. I'm a 7-figure, 5-year Etsy shop optimization specialist, business analyst, and consultant who has had the privilege of scaling and consulting with over 200 plus Etsy shops across a variety of target customers, industries, niches, whatever you want to call it. I've worked on so many shops and I've had the privilege of just garnering some very niche expertise that comes with working full-time in this role, staring at Etsy basically all day, every day. And I've been working in this role since 2019. So I've been able to watch the algorithm change. I've been able to watch how different successful shops have scaled to 7 figures plus using some of these strategies that I've been able to actually implement using the tests and analyses and approaches that I was able to via my background in business analytics. So I've been able to merge business analytics and Etsy e-commerce optimization and really craft this holistic OptiShop framework is what I call it, that allows shops to successfully scale using validated market gaps that are within Etsy by aligning with defined profitable target customer segments that are actively shopping on the platform with high purchase intent. And typically this comes with aligning with gift giving, purchasing intents, but also with just having a unique and high quality product mix that generally meets the psyche of the customer on Etsy. So in this video, if you are here, you are looking for Etsy keyword research hacks, how to find high demand, low competition keywords and really make Etsy work for you. So in this video, I'm going to be tackling how to find what I refer to as market gaps, but also how to actually optimize your listings to be seen for those market gaps and to be seen by those right target customers that are actually going to purchase your list. There's a lot more that goes into creating products that have that validated product market fit where the market is 100%. They're actively searching for products like yours and they're going to convert when they see a product like yours because you have aligned with their competitive advantages and their pain points and again, their purchasing intents. But this video is really going to be focusing on the keyword research and the SEO side of things. So if you are struggling to find the right keywords to rank on Etsy, or maybe you feel like you're using the same overused tags as everyone else but not getting results, in this video, I'm sharing my best keyword research hacks that are going to help you find high demand, low competition keywords that'll get your products seen and sold. These are the exact strategies that I use with my high performing clients. So let's jump in. Let's start with the basics. Why do you need to do keyword research? And why do Etsy keywords even matter? Well, Etsy's search algorithm works by matching what buyers are searching for with your listings, title, tags, and description. Now, there are plenty of other things that go into Etsy SEO. There's also attributes, there's category, there's the customer's past purchasing behavior, there's the listing quality score, which is factored by that listings conversion rate and sales history, and even the review rate. There are a lot of things that actually, or not the review rate, but like the average star rating. There are a lot of different things that factor into SEO on Etsy. But the biggest things, at least for a new shop with really no past kind of like sales history, no real past engagement, or a shop that really hasn't had, well, yeah, pretty much we'll keep it for new shops and new listings, kind of like you're like a clean slate. So Etsy's search algorithm, for the most part, is going to be ranking your listings based on the keywords that you are optimized for. Now, I will say that you are going to be kind of in a sprint phase, which is what I'm just going to refer to it as, because while your listings are new or while your shop is new, Etsy is giving your listings a slight boost in search. And this is the same if you were to run like Etsy ads. You're getting like a slight boost. Now, Etsy is looking for engagement with your listings. They are looking for a high conversion rate. They are looking for actual sales. And all this factors into your listings quality score, which ultimately matters more for SEO on Etsy than anything else. It matters if your listing is actually selling. If people see your listing, they click into it and they buy it. So that is ultimately the objective with your keywords that you're optimizing your listing for, is that when people search those keywords, they see your listings, they click into it, and they buy them. Because if people are clicking to your listings and they don't buy it, or they're seeing your listings and they're not buying it, then Etsy is going to stop showing your listings highly within their search algorithm. There's no way around that. So you have to actually be optimizing your listings to be seen by the right customers and to be purchased, not just with keywords. Keywords are only going to get you so far, because keywords, again, they only kind of work at the beginning until Etsy is able to start gouging that listings quality score. And if people are not buying your listing, Etsy's they're not going to rank your listing highly anymore. So the basics of keyword research on Etsy is, if you use keywords that are too broad, like bracelet or gift, which is what we call short tail keywords that are more again, broad, more general, tend to be 1 to 2 word keywords, you're going to get lost in millions of listings. There are so many competitors already on Etsy. You don't want to be optimizing your listings for these really broad, short tail keywords. If you use keywords with 0 search volume, no one's going to find your product. So you don't want to be essentially, for the most part, you don't want to just pull keywords out of your head and start optimizing your listings with those keywords, because there is no validated search volume. It's important to do this work here at the beginning to actually gauge if there is real demand, and also ideally pull competition numbers as well, gauge competition quality and quantity before you even optimize your listings with those keywords. The goal is to find keywords with high demand but low competition. That is ultimately the name of the game with your keyword research. You want to find keywords with high demand but low competition. Now, there are a couple of different tools that I use for Etsy keyword research, but all the tools are specific to only Etsy data, only Etsy search volume and Etsy competition numbers. The first tool that I use is everbee.io. So I'm sharing my screen. The link is down below as well. It's everbee.io is the tool. It has product analytics and keyword analytics. I also use erank.com. Here on my screen, this is erank. So they're both they're Etsy specific keyword research tools that also do include like competitor analytics, some trend analysis, and like product analytics. And then I also use Etsy search suggestions, which is the source, the live source. I go to Etsy and I start typing in keywords to see how Etsy is elongating that search. So if I were to start typing in a keyword, I'm seeing how Etsy is elongating the search. Pregnancy, I'm seeing pregnancy gift set, pregnancy announcement, pregnancy journal. But if you're looking at my screen, you're also seeing that I'm seeing some numbers here. I'm seeing monthly searches. And this is courtesy of the Everbee Chrome extension and Sales Samurai Chrome extension. So Sales Samurai is the other keyword research tool that I use. And I use it, again, here on Etsy search suggestions because I have Sales Samurai's Chrome extension. I'm able to see this button right here where I see like pregnancy gift set. There's a button over here that says 500 more. I can click on that. And then Sales Samurai pulls a lot of keywords and data that have to do with pregnancy, because that's what I had started searching. So I also do use Sales Samurai, but I use that in conjunction with Etsy search suggestions. And you saw Everbee's numbers were on there as well. So I have Everbee's numbers here in green, and then Sales Samurai, I'm going to be clicking to that blue, and I'm able to see Sales Samurai search. So step 1, how do you get started with keyword research? Normally where I start is, again, at the source, Etsy.com. So you want to have some kind of idea of what you want to sell. For the most part, just so you need to have a single keyword to get started. And then after that, all the keyword research is going to guide everything else you ever search. So let's say you want to sell pregnancy gifts. You're not so sure on what that's going to be, but you want to go after pregnant mothers, pregnant parents. Like, you want to be targeting that audience, baby shower gifting, all that good stuff. So let's say you type in pregnancy gift. So that's kind of where you start, is you start right here on Etsy, and you're seeing what Etsy is suggesting. And again, if you have the Chrome extensions, you're seeing those numbers as well. Now, the first thing you'll probably want to do, that I do anyway, is I kind of prioritize based on what Etsy search suggestions is showing me. Now, I want to tell you also that if you are logged into Etsy, logged in as your account, your seller, whatever info you have, then Etsy is going to be showing you search behavior based on your past. They're going to show you search results and search suggestions based on your past search behavior. So if you've engaged with listings in the past, you've engaged with certain kinds of keywords in the past, Etsy will also factor that into search suggestions, and even more so like search results. So keep that in mind. It's best to log out of your profile and or go into an incognito window, because you don't want that data factoring into the results and the suggestions that you are seeing. Now, you can take note of this, again, these long tail keywords that Etsy is showing us. So we do type in pregnancy gift, and that can give you an idea of keywords that you might want to prioritize within your Etsy SEO strategy, because if Etsy is recommending it, then you know that customers are searching for those keywords. They are clicking into these suggestions and they are looking at those search results. So I would say to go ahead and write down those long tail keywords that Etsy is suggesting, and then run the actual search that you just typed in. Now, this is kind of just to validate search volume right here within Etsy. So really when I'm looking for bestseller labels and popular now labels, and to the extent possible, if you want to look through any of these filters as well to get an idea, maybe for the kinds of products to sell, you can do that as well. And typically some of the filters that they're offering, like ultrasound, pregnancy announcement, baby countdown, that's also based on like validated search volume, like keywords that customers are searching. So they know that customers on Etsy want these things, like they want a baby countdown, they want a pregnancy announcement. So that can be some additional validation right there as well, if you also want to take note of those. But looking here, so we're kind of just, again, we're looking for different labels to kind of gauge if there's a lot of search volume. And this is just a good way to actually assess if this is a market that you want to. I'm not seeing that many bestseller or popular now labels, but because I have everbee's Chrome extension installed, I am seeing estimates in terms of monthly sales and listing age and views. And I'm definitely seeing sales that would validate this as a lucrative market. Like I'm seeing this first. Typically, I do skip over any of like Etsy's picks, any ads as well. And then I skip down and I look at the first organic row of listings, which are these first 4 listings right here. So monthly sales, like this one has 55. These are estimates. Everybee pulls estimates, but you can kind of validate some of these estimates by going into the listing, looking at the recency of reviews, how many reviews, and you can scroll down to the bottom of the listing. You can see what date it was listed on, and that tells you if it last sold today or yesterday. For the most part, if it's a listing that's ranking this highly, that's the case of it having been renewed based on when it last sold. So monthly sales are seeing 55, 101, 134, 23. So I would say that that's definitely some validation in itself. And that's another reason why I do also recommend everbee's Chrome extension, is just so you get some of these numbers here as well. Now you have actually 2 different routes here. So you have the keywords that Etsy was showing you when they elongated those search suggestions. We saw like pregnancy gift set was one of the keywords that they were elongating with. Now that can be where you get started. You can get started with those long tail keyword search suggestions that Etsy is offering, and you can plug them into everbee, erank, and Sales Samurai, and that's how you can get started. Or you can get started by starting with one of your top ranking organic competitors, like what we're seeing here would be like Warm Embrace Gifts. We see this baby countdown calendar, and you can click into these listings and start pulling keywords as well. Either way, whether you start with the search suggestions or you start here, you're going to end up here with the competitor listings, because there's only so much data you're going to have got from Etsy search suggestions anyway. I always do recommend that you also use some of your top competitors to pull keywords from. The goal, I'm going to kind of get there more and more, but I do want to just touch on it. The goal is not to explicitly copy what your top competitors are doing. It is to pull the keywords that they have so that you're able to do research, pull actual validated market gaps with high search volume and low competition, and then ideally pull a range of diverse keywords from your competitors so that you are able to go for both an exact matching strategy with SEO on Etsy, but also a broad matching strategy with SEO on Etsy. Etsy SEO, they put in a lot of work to match different keywords together, and they even tell you in their Etsy Seller Handbook to prioritize a diverse range of keywords that are less similar to each other than more similar. So we want to optimize a listing for pregnancy gift and then also optimize it for pregnancy gift set. We want to do like pregnancy gift, and then we see right here, this is another idea, new parents gift box. But we would actually want to click into this listing and see what some of those keywords are looking. So I'm going to click into this listing, and I'm going to take note of the title, and I'm going to take note of the tags. And I'm going to click into everbee's. They have a Chrome extension, and I'm going to look at the numbers for the tags as well. So what we have here is the full title. So first things first, take note on that. And I will typically list out keywords within a spreadsheet, like a Google sheet. You can use a Google document. You can use anywhere you want to write these down, but you do want to write them down so that you can actually validate some of the numbers later. But there is some intrinsic validation in terms of like search volume validation with the fact that this listing is ranking as highly as it is. And it does actually say bestseller when we click into it. So that is validation that there is some search volume. So these keywords are likely doing something. They're doing a really nice job with a very diverse SEO strategy, kind of touching a bit more on that. We're seeing a lot of different ways to kind of target the same customer, but they're not saying postpartum gift box, and then postpartum gift set, and then postpartum gift basket. We see that they're very much so diverse keywords that they are going after. And this is really, really important. The name of the game with SEO on Etsy, and this is something I don't see a whole lot of people saying on YouTube, but it's definitely something I've been able to validate doing this work all day, every day, is that you want to exact match for long tail keywords with validated search volume and validated underserved demand. So high search volume, low competition, you want to exact match for long tail keywords while also broad matching for a vast range of short tail keywords. So a short tail keyword would be something like new parent. In this case, we see pregnancy gift, baby gift, postpartum gift. We just see like family in here. We see gender neutral. Now, all of these would be short tail keywords, but the objective is that you are exact matching for long tail keywords that include these shorter tail keywords, so that as you start getting sales based on your visibility that you're going to get due to these long tail keywords where there is that less competition, such as maybe new parents gift box, gender neutral, the name of the game is that slowly you're going to start ranking more and more highly for the short tail keywords like new parents gift, gender neutral gift. You're going to start ranking more and more highly for these different keywords, and you're going to start ranking more highly for the way that Etsy matches or even maps these different keywords together. But you have to give Etsy a lot to work with. So if we were to click into Analyze Listing, that is, again, everbee's Chrome extension. Analyze Listing allows you to open up the stats for that list. So again, we're seeing some numbers, which is helpful, like monthly revenue. And then we see all the tags down here. So you can go ahead and expand that, and you're able to see the range of tags that this listing is optimized for. Now, technically, none of these listings are actually quote unquote market gaps according to everbee. And a market gap would essentially, if it had a keyword score of 100 or greater. So what you're seeing here, you're not actually seeing the header row, which is keyword, search volume, competition, and keyword score. You're not seeing that because the screen recording is cutting it off, but that's what's essentially showing it. So keyword score is this fourth column, and none of these have a keyword score of 100 or greater. So none of these are technically market gaps in as a long tail keyword. But again, they have targeted a vast range of diverse keywords. So there's no doubt that these keywords are working together to target some underserved keyword. And we can even see that for ourselves. Once we click out of this listing, we can scroll down. If you look at explore more related searches on Etsy, this is what I had mentioned earlier as well, where you see the date that it was last listed on, which is February 17th, 2025, which is today. So this listing last sold today. Validation, but then we also see explore related searches and explore more related searches. All of these show us the different keywords that Etsy is essentially showing this listing for. Now, this listing has not been, as we saw those tags, and we already know tags can be up to 20 characters. A lot of these tags that we are seeing down here, or more specifically, these keywords that we are seeing down here are definitely greater than 20 characters, which in itself is telling us that Etsy is automatically generating these keywords. So we see pregnant care packages, mom-to-be box set, new mom gift box girl, new baby parent box, gifts for pregnant women, expecting mom, gift boxes, gifts for first trimester, new parents, care package for new parents, first time pregnancy box, care packages for pregnant women, new baby gift box dad, congratulations, pregnancy gift basket, new baby care kit. We see a lot of keywords here. Ultimately, we see a lot of keywords here, and we see quite a bit more than the 13 tags that listing would have. So that in itself is giving us ideas for keywords that customers on Etsy are actually searching, because Etsy wouldn't just put these searches down here if there wasn't actual data that they were pulling from in order to essentially showcase the search queries that customers are using to find this listing and then convert. So you'd also want to take note on these keywords that we are seeing here. And of course, we're not going to be the exact match for these keywords within tags, but you can exact match for these keywords within titles. You have 140 characters within your titles, and you can exact match within the beginning of your description as well. So you could also take note of these keywords. I wouldn't say to use any of them before you also try to do a little bit more research in erank, everbee, Sales Samurai, and Etsy search suggestions, but you do want to take note of these keywords, and you definitely want to take note of the broad range of these keywords. Again, we're seeing different ways to search for the exact same product. We're seeing different ways to refer to our target customers, different ways to refer to what the item is. We see gift box, we see pregnancy box, we see care package. So we're seeing gift basket, and then of course we're seeing elongated form. We're seeing new baby care kit, gift basket for expectant parents. So you want to take note of these different ways that they are referring to this same product so that you are making sure you are at least including short tail matches for some of these different keywords that are showing up here, so that Etsy, as your listing, assuming it is built for that product market fit where customers are going to be converting, you want to at least have some of these short tail keywords in your listing so that you are able to broad match for the different ways that Etsy can show your listing to customers. So if you have like new mom care package somewhere within your listing, like you see here, you would have the chance to at least be shown for care packages for pregnant women versus if you had not put care package anywhere within the listing. Etsy will still sometimes do a lot of work to still show your listing for keywords that are not in there just based on like synonyms and whatnot, but it's you make it work a lot harder, and you run the risk of competitors coming in who are exact matching or at least including this explicit like short tail keyword, they're explicitly like typing it out. You run the risk of them eating your market share once they do come onto the scene. Or if you have existing competitors who include exact matches for these keywords, you just want to make sure you are explicitly mentioning them so that you are not letting your competitors take that market share when they start explicitly mentioning. We want to take note of care package. Like I'm kind of giving you an idea of like the short tail keywords you'd also want to take note of so that when you start searching these in Etsy search, erank, everbee, and Sales Samurai, you know exactly kind of how to start that search and then see what other things are being recommended. So we see pregnant women, care packages, new baby gift, congratulations pregnancy, pregnancy gift basket, new baby care, maybe. New mom dad. New mom dad is new expecting parents, expecting parents gift. You wouldn't necessarily have to mention all those things. Maybe just new expecting parents would make sure that you tackle that market and those kinds of keywords. And then we see gift basket. So expectant parents would also be one we want to look at, and then gift basket. We don't want that to be somewhere within the text copy of the listing, but that wouldn't be like a keyword that we would research itself because that is so short tail and broad. But somewhere within the tags and title, we would want to mention gift basket. And then new parents, again, we see new parents again, and then we see expecting gift box. So we want to take it on that. Mama gift box. And then we had all these tags up here as well. So we had pregnant care package, mom to be, new mom gift, new baby parent, expecting mom. You see first trimester. So lots of different things we were just going to take note of. So essentially just like this, we're getting a pretty holistic view of this market. Again, this listing did a lot of work for Etsy to be able to map these different keywords out. But because this listing has been selling so well, it has a really high listing quality score, Etsy is additionally putting in even more work for this listing to be seen by keywords that it didn't explicitly mention within its titles and tags. And you will notice that when you're doing keyword research on Etsy, you're looking at search suggestions, you will see top ranking organic listings that do not explicitly mention the keyword that you typed in anywhere within the listing, but they are still ranking very highly because Etsy knows that when customers see that listing, they are likely to convert, even when that person is searching what would be maybe a synonym versus the exact match for whatever that customer actually typed in. So at this point, you would actually want to go back into Etsy search, and if you really want a nice range of data, like you got to give yourself some time to do this, but you would also want to click into, I would say at least your top 4 organic competitors, but your top 8 are going to give you the most, data within a reasonable amount of time. So these top 8 organic listings, and then the next row would be like the ads. So we would want to just focus on the organic listings again. So you are pulling that data from those listings, that keyword data, and then you're going to move kind of into more of that validation phase and then into the actual long tail keyword defining phase. Based on these keywords that you're researching at that point, you're going to be able to actually find some long tail keywords that make sure you're targeting what your top competitors are targeting while also optimizing for long tail keywords with that validated demand. So let's say that we want to go ahead and start into kind of like that next phase of the keyword research. So we had taken note of new parents gift. So we can go ahead and type that into Etsy search suggestions, first of all, and see if Etsy is elongating the search. And if so, how? Typically, we do want Etsy to be elongating the search. If they're not recommending anything based on what you've typed in, sometimes that can be enough to not even more deeply explore the market. But we see here new parents gift, new parents gift boxes, new parents gift basket. These are different ways that Etsy is elongating that search. So those are good to know. So at this point, I would also go ahead and type in new parents within everbee and erank. And again, I would typically use Sales Samurai as well. And I did also want to mention the goal here at the beginning. I know that it sounds like we're going to be pulling a lot of keywords, and you might be thinking, how am I going to optimize my listing for all of these keywords that you're talking about? I want to bring out that a lot of the top selling shops on Etsy, the market leaders, they start with like 20 to 50 products, sometimes more, and then, or sometimes even less. But the plan is that they duplicate the listings to optimize that same product for a vast range. So once you've done that work to find products that you know are going to sell, you've set up listings that have a seamless purchasing process that ideally offer personalization, customization, a gift-ready experience. And at that point, you're going to want to duplicate the listing and start optimizing it for a vast range of keywords. So that's something to kind of keep in mind. Yes, we're pulling a lot of keyword research, and it's good to have a lot of this keyword research kind of just done at the beginning so that you have this vast range of keywords that you can pull from while your shop is new. And then when you have duplicate listings, you don't run the risk of not being seen for certain queries that customers are searching. Again, well, I haven't even said this yet, but at the beginning, while your shop is new, you don't have internal data. Or if you haven't been getting sales, you don't have internal data. Once you start getting internal data within your shop, typically I do recommend Etsy ads because you get data so quickly. You're able to build your review count up really quickly, your sale count up really quickly. It more than pays for itself with a genuine product market fit. But yeah, with Etsy ads and your overall organic traffic stats as well, you're going to get keyword data. Once you start getting keyword data, you want to prioritize the keywords that Etsy is showing you that customers are searching for and they're clicking into your products and buying. You're going to want to prioritize those keywords, even prioritizing keywords with high click rates, because those keywords clearly lots of search, maybe underserved demand if they're clicking into it. You want to prioritize your internal data once you start to get it. But at the beginning of your project, your shop, while it's new, you don't have the internal data. External data is the best place that you can get it from. So I just kind of want to put that out there as well. So yeah, when I had typed that in, it was interesting. I even am noticing some additional keywords now. I'm seeing 5 search suggestions: new parents gift, new parents pregnancy gift box, new parents gift boxes, new parents gift free shipping, new parents gifts name board. So that's data right there. Definitely want to take note on all those different keywords as well. And since I do like to use Sales Samurai, I would click into Sales Samurai right here again on Etsy search suggestions. I just click on 500 more, and then Sales Samurai begins to load. Now you're seeing that there's quite a few keywords in here that don't actually have to do with exactly what I just typed. So I normally will put in a filter and I'll say must contain, and in this case, it's going to be new parents. And I'm going to click enter, and then it's going to filter those keywords by essentially only keywords that include new parents, like an exact match. So we just give it a moment to load. So already here, we're getting quite a few different ideas for some long tail keywords to possibly target. Advice for new parents care package, new parents sweatshirt, and then we see search volume and competition data. The only thing with Sales Samurai is I find that its numbers don't seem to be as accurate as everbee and erank. It just doesn't seem to be. But I will still say it gives you a vast range of keywords, and it's so definitely a treasure trove of information. So new parents wall art, new parents gift box, new parents gifts, and then again we can order it by search volume descending. And that'll give you an idea for the most search for keywords. How I really like to use Sales Samurai is I like to export the data, and you click on download all, and you can export the data, and then you could put it into a spreadsheet, and you create a column that indicates relative market saturation, and you just do competition divided by search. And that's going to give you an idea of how many search results are showing up for each time somebody searches that keyword. That's essentially what that column is telling you. And it's just giving a feel for relative market saturation. So the numbers are, of course, relative to each other. So even if there's a lot of competition, if there's a massive amount of search volume, then it can still be a space that could maybe be worth entering. But definitely those numbers are relative to each other. And typically you want to go for spaces that have low competition and high search volume. So I have Sales Samurai up. One thing with Sales Samurai is when you do it like this, you have to do it like this actually through the Chrome extension to actually be able to export data. You can't export data through like their like desk, whatever, their actual website. Through the Chrome extension, you can. So when I have it open like this, I can export that data, but you have to wait for all of the data to load. You have to wait for all the competition numbers to load before you can actually export that data with numbers there. So this is just for display purposes. I won't really be using Sales Samurai much in this video because it just takes a little minute to load for each query. And Sales Samurai, it gives you a lot of data, but it can also kind of just be icing on the cake with everbee and erank. So let's say we also want to go over into everbee. So everbee.io, I click into this keyword research panel on the left hand side, and then I can type in new parent and clear out any filter. Like I'll just clear out the filters that are here, and I want to just run that search on new parent to see what everbee is showing me. And then in everbee, to kind of clear up some of the nonsense, like these dashes and misspellings, I like to also put in keywords include and then type in the exact thing I just typed. So new parent. So keywords include, they have to include exact match for new parent. Minimum search volume, typically I also have to set that to clear out some of the nonsense. We're still seeing quite a few typos and dashes. I would set a minimum search volume. It can vary, but it can really vary. I'll go ahead and set it to a 50 minimum for search volume and competition minimum. I also typically have to set a competition minimum to also cut through more of the nonsense. We're still seeing dashes and typos and giftful, like these aren't real words equal search. So we can type in minimum competition of, we'll actually set it to, we'll say 60. Because it looks like that might cut through some of the nonsense. And then you can set keyword score maximum and minimums as well. We're seeing a lot of these really, really high keyword scores have nonsense keywords and that's why nobody's optimizing for them, because they're pretty much, for the most part, they're typos. And typos don't work on Etsy. Etsy autocorrects and they stem and they just don't work. So there's no point to optimize for typos. So we're just going to go ahead and set a keyword score we'll set it to 930, which is the keyword score that we're seeing here. And then we can set a minimum keyword score. Again, keyword scores also pretty much indicate relative market saturation. So lower competition, higher search volume, and then everbee factors in a couple of other things as well, but that's pretty much the main things that they factor in. So keyword score, we can set a minimum keyword score of 100, because according to everbee, it has a high keyword score if it's 100 or greater. So we can just set it like that, and then we're able to get a lot of pre-cleaned up data just like that. I also typically export the keywords as well, again, to have all of that data right there for use when you are optimizing your listing. So we see new parent must have, new parent, probably do parent decorative is showing up. I don't know if that's something worth optimizing for. Congratulations, gifts for new parents. We're pulling these keywords to actually validate if these are keywords to actually search for. We're going to have to go back into Etsy search and search these keywords and see what's showing up. And that in itself is going to let us know, is this a space that we can generate competitively? And again, is this a space that a lot of customers are actually searching for? So we know that we want to sell, again, we kind of started with saying we want to sell like a pregnancy gift. So we're kind of thinking of something that would make sense. So in this case, new parent care package, validated market gap, high search volume, low competition, keyword score of 340. So at this point, that's certainly what you could use. You could go for new parent care package, and you can go ahead and put that within your titles and optimize for that keyword within your tags, at least for like, a couple of your listings. And that's going to, of course, it's going to optimize that listing for new parent care package, and then also new parents and care package. So technically, you wouldn't have to mention those keywords anywhere else within your listings text copy. So let's say we want to go ahead and move on to the next keyword, which we could say would be maybe postpartum gift. Well, yeah, we can say this. And so let's say we just type in postpartum, and I'm going to run that search. And I'm going to also set the filter to keywords include postpartums. We might want to reduce it down to gift, but we will not reduce postpartum gift. But yeah, so we see postpartum robe gift set, postpartum recovery box, just like that. That's a market gap. And so another example, like as we go down, we see mom care package, postpartum baby. Because we already are assuming that we're optimizing for new parent care package, we wouldn't need to optimize for mom, care package, postpartum, baby. If you want postpartum, baby, or mom in there somewhere, then try to include those keywords within other long tail validate that don't include words that we've already mentioned. So we can just keep things very diverse. So we can do for this, we can pretty much do postpartum recovery box. That pretty much tackles everything. That's another way to refer to the exact same product. So that's at that point we'd be going after postpartum recovery box and then also new parent care pack. Now there's additional validation that can be done in erank. So as we're kind of crafting out these different keywords to target, again, ideally putting all these within a spreadsheet. I don't want you to give you an aneurysm, make your headache. Fortunately, we do have AI at our hands these days. So as you start pulling all of these keywords, you can put this. I'm a big advocate. I love ChatGPT Pro. Of course, I typically do have to clean up any of the SEO or whatever, but if you feed it instructions, you tell it you want your titles to be 140 characters, you want it to prioritize a diverse range of keywords. And you can even give an example. Like, I don't want you to optimize for new mom care package and new mom gift set. I'd rather for you to prioritize new mom care package and pregnancy gift basket, like something like that. So you can kind of teach it what to do. So that's kind of just to make this a little less overwhelming. Once you do you have all these keywords ready, you can pretty much feed that into ChatGPT Pro, and it'll help you to also select a diverse range of keywords. And you can tell it, exact match for the long tail keywords while broad matching for a vast range of these short tail keywords. You can give it a list of the different maybe target customers or different ways you want to refer to the product: care package, gift set, gift box, gift basket, customers, expected mom, new parents, new mama. Like, there are ways, if there are different keywords that you do want to target based on this keyword research at the beginning, because you're able to validate that this is an underserved space, especially with us having these exact numbers in here, you can feed all of that into ChatGPT, and that can help out a lot with that actual process and choosing which keywords to essentially put together. So here we see expectant mom. That's kind of what I typed in. Let's do it exactly what we had typed in to the other one. So let's say new parent, and you're already noticing that erank is very visual. It's a color-coded market gap analysis. It's quite pretty. So what you're really looking for is search volume that's green and competition that's green, because that is a market gap. It's telling you that there is high search volume and low competition. Again, all these numbers are at specific. So I'm scrolling down. I'm skipping over these listings that have less than 20 searches. And it's also, they have the search trend feature in here that can be really helpful when optimizing lists. You want to keep a good, eye out for the time of year that it is. Etsy is very seasonal. It's very holiday centric. So it's good to look at erank as well. If you can pull any like year over year trends, then you're able to kind of gauge, what should I be optimizing this listing for based on the time of. So we see new mom care packaging here as a keyword that has a decently high amount of searches and low competition. That would maybe be something to take note of. For another listing, not for the same listing that we're optimizing, new parent care pack. And then we can also scroll down some more. We can see if we're seeing any other greens and greens. Baby memory book, that's green search volume, green competition. Take note on that and maybe consider that as a product mix expansion opportunity. Or if you're starting a shop, you could start the shop with a baby memory book. That's why I love diving into data, because you can let the data define your product mix, and then you typically are going to have more success on Etsy because you have created products that the market wants first and trying to shape them around your products and get them. So this would kind of be an example of something that would be seasonal. We see bird stats ornament. We see year-over-year trend. Searches go up October, November, December. This is not surprising, but it is something to note, is that you want to integrate seasonal keywords based on the season if there are seasons. So that should also be part of your SEO strategy, even if it is a broad match, like a broad match. If you just have to throw ornament in there or just throw Christmas in there somewhere, it's best to long tail exact match, but at least put it in there if you can't do a long exact match if your keyword space is up. So you probably have noticed that erank is a bit more broad and diverse with the keywords that it recommends anyway, based on what you just typed in. So that can be worth noting. Like, we typed in new parent, but we're seeing a vast range of keywords in here. We see gender neutral gifts. We're seeing it's a boy, it's a girl. You can also filter erank to phrase match, or even just the exact match what you had typed in. So we see now it's just showing new parent. But erank tends to have less data than everbee's. When you are filtering it like this, you'll notice it's quite a few less search results. But you do start seeing that year-over-year trend. So we see new parents gift box. According to everbee, it had 10 searches in according to erank, it had 10 searches in January. I don't believe that to be true for a keyword like new parents gift box, but this is kind of the trend with erank, is that they tend to put in 10 search volume for their trend a lot of the time. So that's what you always kind of have to validate for yourself. Like you have to actually go into Etsy, type in whatever that keyword we had said, new parents gift box, and see when these listings are last selling. You can see recent SEO reviews. You can look at erank and see estimated monthly stats. There are different things that you can look at, but you can filter it down like this. So you're saying really, really centric to just what you just typed in. So we see new parent, just the search results. And then if we want to go into that next search, which was postpartum, we can do the same then. Just type that into erank's keyword research tool, and then we can see what's showing up for postpartum. Erank can be a good place to start if you can't think of any keywords to search. Even if typically I like to let competitors guide it, but if you just want to start somewhere else that's a bit more consolidated, then erank because it gives you such a broad range of keywords, it can be a pretty decent place to kind of get started with some of that keyword research too. And now I'm going to go ahead and click on phrase again, just for the sake of us sticking to the keyword research of the exact keywords that we've run searches on so far. Are we seeing green and green? We see orange and green for postpartum care package. That looks to be the greatest. No, we actually postpartum nurse is 10. Probably not relevant to our target customer. So greatest opportunity would probably be postpartum care package. So that's something to note. And then you'll kind of see the very cyclical nature of this. At this point, you can take note of postpartum care package, and then you can go back into Etsy.com and you can type in postpartum care package, and you can see how Etsy is elongating that search. So in that case, we're getting even more keyword data. We're getting more things that you could take note of. And ideally, we are clicking to Sales Samurai and eranks from Sales Samurai and everbee's Chrome extensions to actually see some of that search volume data as well. So definitely a very cyclical nature, but that it really can work like a charm when this is how you're approaching it. So now we see postpartum care package purple, postpartum care package new mom, two different ways to elongate that search. Definitely you could exact match for postpartum care package, go ahead and begin an overlap into new mom and target another long tail keyword. So whether that it would be like new mom gift basket, baby girl, like we pull quite a few keyword research. We could go back over into everbee and or erank and type in new mom, find a keyword that's long tail with validated underserved demand and optimize for that. And then your title is filled up with long tail keywords, a broad mix of keywords, and you're going after those same keywords within your title, within your tags in the beginning of your description as well. So let's say now you have your perfect range of keywords for your listing. Here's where to put them for maximum impact. Now, if your titles in Etsy, you only see the first, essentially like 40 characters in Etsy search. That's part of your listing's search-facing advertise. So you want to essentially front-load your listing with the keywords that are going to have the most hype. Factor more into SEO or anything like that. Etsy doesn't care for the search algorithm, but it does affect the customer browsing experience because that's what customers see from search. So like this one, new parents gift box, gender, ... growing a tiny human soon, ... These are part of the listing's search-facing advertisement. They are part of the listing's title. And at the beginning, if you have any keywords that typically mention like personalized, custom, or anything that has to do with your target customer's unique selling propositions that they most greatly value, their greatest competitive advantages, greatest pain points, it can be worth front-loading your title with those. So again, custom, personalized, customized, maybe vegan, sustainable. Hug in a box was a big one last year. I believe it still is. Like if you wanted to maybe say parents hug in a box, new mom hug in a box, like you're able to kind of validate that people are actually searching for that. And then you can kind of include that as part of your listing advertisement and what you are trying to sell. Like you're not just selling this product, you're selling a hug in a box. So you kind of want to think about your first keyword being your keyword that's going to be the most impactful, and ideally communicate a little bit about your product's unique selling proposition and its value proposition that ideally align with what your target actually wants. So when you're able to kind of analyze reviews, that's going to tell you what they want. So that's kind of what you want to start your title with, but you want to fill up all 140 characters of your title with keywords, and then you're tagged, again, a diverse mix of tags going after the same keywords for the most part. And then description, typically like the first 140 characters for Etsy, try to include like the same long tail keywords within the beginning of the description. And that's really what matters for Etsy SEO, like the just traditional text-based Etsy SEO. And then the secret sauce is tracking and optimizing keywords. So this is not like a set it and forget it. You want to keep an eye on your Etsy ads and your overall traffic stats to see what keywords are showing up. Essentially tracking performance, typically like every 30 days, maybe 60 days, and taking note of the keywords that customers are searching, and then exact matching for the keywords that have led to a high return on ad or high sales, going back into your listings and like exact matching for those keywords within your title and tags if you're not already doing that. So you want to just keep an eye on those keywords and then remove any underperforming keywords and replace them with ones that are working well for you, even if it's working well in another listing that's like related, like it's not the exact same product, but it's a similar listing. Take note of those keywords as well and think about if you can maybe thread that into some of your other relevant listings, and even replace them with new trending keywords, like new seasonal ones and new holiday centric keywords as well as they begin to arise. If you keep a close eye on your Etsy ads, keyword stats, and your overall traffic stats, you're going to slowly start to see seasonal keywords arise. Typically, like with ads, it'll be towards the bottom of the keywords that you see. You're going to start seeing like a very few amount of people are searching for maybe like a fall porch decor. It's like a very real example that I did working with the Crafty Cottage TN. So I know if like seasonal keywords are going to start slowly showing up, and you're able to kind of take note of them right when they start to show up and put those within your listing, you're going to be ahead of the game because you're giving your list plenty of time to start ranking. And as more and more customers start searching for those keywords, your listing is going to be seen. And also Etsy tends to slowly, they actually start to prioritize those keywords within search suggestions as well. Especially I find for like the holiday season, beginning of fall to like the holiday season, slowly keywords that Etsy is suggesting become very much so just seasoned. So it's good to kind of be ahead of the game there. But anyways, that is my keyword research strategy for Etsy. I've tried to break it down as much as I can. If you have watched it, you've watched this video to this point, you are a real one, and you have really stuck with me on this, and I appreciate that. Don't forget to hit that like button to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified of future videos, and to leave a comment and let me know what your greatest Etsy SEO challenge has been and or future videos that you would like to see. Also, I'm currently offering a pre-sale for my Etsy transformation course where I break down everything you need to build a profitable Etsy shop step by step. Talking about a 7-figure shop that is going to transform your life and let you leave behind the 9-to-5. So if you're interested in that, all my links are down below for the course, my portfolio, case studies, testimonials, all of that good information. But I would love to see you over there. And also, any insights in terms of what exactly, like any personalized, modules even that you would like to see in the course. They're very much so personalized to your exact struggles and or challenges. Definitely let me know that as well. My contact form is down below too. But yeah, if you hop over there into the pre-sale, you're going to get priority access to the course and even an exclusive one-on-one session with me, audit, consult, whatever you need for your specific Etsy journey. And if you're looking for quick wins, my Etsy Success Starter Kit is also linked down below. It is perfect for getting your shop on the right track fast. So that includes a lot of really good information surrounding SEO, images, product research, product analytics, market analyses, like all the different tests and stuff that you would have to run in order to validate product market fit and to actually craft a strategy that is going to make Etsy work for you. So I really, I want to get your shop ranking, converting, and thriving on Etsy. So definitely stick around for the journey. I also have a free list down in the description that teaches 10 expert tips to optimize your Etsy shop for maximum visibility and sales. So definitely grab that as well. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video, and I will see you in the next